So welcome back to the campaign. For anyone new, I play games for the storytelling and challenge, which generally means taking my time, trying to stay thematic, and avoiding exploits. If you prefer min-maxing or speeding through content, then my stuff may not be for you, although you're welcome to join us for a while to find out. In Total War Warhammer, that means using some mods to make the campaign and battles slower and harder to try to fit the brutal world of Warhammer, and also fighting all but the most lopsided battles manually. There's a link in the description to the video where I go over all the mods we're using and why. For this campaign, we're playing as Thorek Ironbrow, who has resolved to reforge all the missing artifacts from the broken pieces scattered around the map, and of course conquering territory and crushing the enemies of the dwarves in the process. Okay, so a quick review of our strategic situation here. We are, of course, finishing off the undead, the vampire counts up here. These are the Silver Dawn minor faction. We are still looking pretty fine. Obviously not a quick expansion by any stretch of the imagination, but that was to be expected. We are not yet back at war with Scarbrand, although I believe we probably will be very soon. Don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, but we obviously have the Skaven here, so we're going to have a big decision to make after we finish wiping out the Silver Dawn. And I shouldn't just assume that the Silver Dawn is imminently going to be gone, because they do have several settlements here, so it's going to take us a couple of turns to finish them off. But when we do, our major strategic decision then is, unless somebody declares war on us, is who do we want to make our new primary opponent. It's probably going to need to either be Clan Moors here, so Queek, or Khorne over here. And just a reassessment of the strategic situation. I'm liking the 51 that we're sitting at. That feels pretty good to me. Khorne is sitting at 37, so they're even stronger. They got 6 settlements. Obviously, the slower campaign movement speed has an effect on them, but it hasn't had such a crippling effect that they've not been able to be successful in this campaign. And then, of course, we have the Skaven, who we've not... Oh, yeah, we have met them. Okay, I thought we had. Okay, so they're at 29, so they're looking pretty good as well. They have 11 settlements, which is obviously a concern. And they are currently at war with Rictus, which is good. That's nice to see the Skaven fighting each other. And Goblin Kingdom, which I'm not sure now which faction that is, since we're using the evolving faction names. And I don't really recognize from that tiny symbol there. Is that Crooked Moon? I guess that maybe that's Crooked Moon. And then we have Karazakarak, obviously. And we haven't met Karazakarak, or have we? We have not. Okay, so that would be Thorgrim. And so who knows how strong Thorgrim is, if they're holding off Queek for now, or if they're losing that war already. So there's no shortage of enemies to worry about. But getting back to the one enemy that we are currently actively engaged in, they've got an army down here, currently raiding Doomglade, which we gave to Krokgar, so that's his problem to worry about. Although, if we do take Lahmia, which I expect we will do imminently, then it'll be very curious to see what he does with this army. If he keeps it down here raiding while we take his settlements, then it's going to just be forced into a position where it has to hurl itself at somebody. And maybe it'll succeed, who knows. Okay, so let's go ahead and reassess the siege that we're laying on Lahmia. I think we had decided to give this one more turn. I have only one set of siege towers built so far. We'll get another one, well, really another 2 over the next end turn if we go for one more end turn. If we were to do a auto-resolve, which obviously we're not going to, but it's just kind of curious to see how we would do. We would win it and only lose a couple of units, but I don't see any reason to be losing these units that have high experience ranks right now when there's really no threat to us. he's not really doing much to be able to stop us from sieging his forces down a little bit further. Not only strengthening our position from siege towers, but also causing attrition, which, if I remember correctly, we had given Tecton here, yeah, the wall breaker. So he's actually causing a little bit of extra attrition there as well. So may as well take advantage of that. So we'll give this one more turn. We do have a lord, not you. We have a lord down here who's been recruiting Longbeards and some more Quarrelers. We'll continue to move him up. Now, I briefly thought about, but decided against, waiting to attack up here until he could get all the way up there to help support that attack. Get these units with a little bit more experience. It's just going to take too long for them to get up there. So a couple more of the Longbeards is good. And then down here we have 6 more turns before we're going to be able to level Karak-Zorn. Now, we have some of you who have suggested building a landmark, and now that we are actually building or recruiting Longbeards, this landmark all of a sudden has become a higher priority. It would have been nice to already have it, of course, because of the 33% reduction to Longbeard's recruitment, but there's nothing here that I would have given up in order to build that, and it really wasn't doing anything at all for us until we started recruiting the Longbeards. So we'll get it going here soon. And then, of course, in this province we have a long time before we're going to be able to level him up. Now, we could go ahead and do a guard hall here, but I'm not going to. Not just yet. It's not being threatened. It takes so long to build that even if he did decide to just make a beeline directly toward it, we would not have this built in time to matter anyway. And at this point, with this army on his way up there, he'll be able to shield these settlements from an attack by him anyway. So let's go ahead and just take a look at our diplomacy really quickly here.
Wisdom.
I am ready.
Nothing, and let's go ahead and... Oh, we have non-signed skill points.
Wisdom.
This is our Thane, okay. Oh, that's right, he spent a little while sitting things out. Let's go ahead and give him either Wound Maker. Yeah, we finished off all of Hard to Hit and all of Deadly Blade. Ancestral Grudge, not useful right now with who we're fighting. Charge bonus. Relentless is not bad, but it's not a priority. So let's go ahead and finish off with Wound Maker, excuse me. Alright, let's go ahead and see what happens over the end turn. Slow and steady does it. Pretty much always the case with dwarves, but even more so because of all of the mods that we're using. So Krokgar has finally decided. No, he hasn't. I was going to say, I thought maybe he was going to move an army up there to help defend from the raiding that's going on, but apparently not. It's got plenty of forces, though. Just doesn't really know how to use them. I do wonder how much difference the Hecleus AI overhaul is making with respect to... We know that it makes their economy more efficient. They should be able to spend their money more effectively on the right things, but I don't know what it actually does in terms of the targeting for AI armies. Okay, well, so at least the Silver Dawn has done a nice job for themselves of continuing to expand. More aggressive, obviously, than Krokgar. We'll take the growth, of course. Unhappy populace. That's not ever welcome, but at least it's happening in the province where we have a little bit of breathing room. When it comes to public order, we finished our guard hall, so that's nice. And we got our Longbeards, okay. So, yeah, so obviously now,
Weltering.
after we take Lahmia, which is obviously the gem, you know, the capital of the Silver Dawn, but also by far their most important settlement. Once we take that, we're just going to have to take the time, I guess, to run down here and wipe out the other settlements. That's fine. More fighting means more experience for our troops and a tiny little bit of more gold. However, it is going to be pulling us away from the northern
Work without sweat.
front up here, which we don't want to... Now that we're going to, after taking this, we're going to be sharing a border with Queek. So we're going to have to be careful. We'll have to decide what exactly we want to do with Lahmia. We're going to get the artifact piece, which is great. We get that immediately. And then following that, is this a settlement that we would want to keep? That's really the question. I don't know. We'll have to think about it. If we end up having... If he ends up taking... The Silver Dawn retakes Resetra, then we're in a position where we could come down and take this entire province. Maybe it's worth keeping them at that point. I don't know. We'll reassess at that point. So let's go ahead and take a look again at the matchup here. Okay, so this should be a decisive victory. They're fairly weakened. It really, that extra 5% to attrition doesn't look like it's done all that much, but we've got 4 siege towers. We've got good melee units and good ranged units. This is going to be a long battle because we're going to have to take the walls before we can effectively deploy our strongest damaging units, which are the Quarrelers. I'm pretty sure the days of being able to wipe out forces on the walls with your Quarrelers are long gone. That was the early days of Warhammer 2, obviously. He's got strong units to be able to defend those walls, so it's gonna take a little while to do that. But we're gonna go ahead and fight it. I think everybody's probably antsy for this fight to happen. I know I am. The real question now is going to be, how do we want to deploy our starting army and our siege towers with respect to where Thorek is going to be coming in? It could be that we could attack from the other side. We don't know where exactly he's going to be deployed, of course. We could attack from this side right here. Get our siege towers rolling up here. Like maybe right here would be a good place to assault. Does he have any towers? Okay, he doesn't. He has one tower here, which would be able to fire in. And he's got one tower here, which would be able to fire in. But if we, for the most part, deployed right here, we could hit this wall and this wall with minimal exposure to his towers. The question is then when... Oh no, we don't want to do that because that's where Thorek is coming in. Okay. No, we'd want to... I don't know, maybe it is. We could also hit over here. This then is as far away from where Thorek is coming in. So if we hit here, and he keeps the bulk of his army over here, that makes Thorek's job easier. I think that's what we want to do. Let's go ahead and get you guys over here. And can I move you any closer? There we go, okay. We'll get you guys over here, and you guys behind. Let's get them over here. And of course, let's hit. I'm hoping... I have found sometimes that if you try to get too far over here, it's hard for them to be able to hit the gatehouse. I don't want them to be exposed too heavily to the to that tower. And quite frankly, he's of little use over here. By the time he breaks down the tower, or by the time he breaks down the gate, I think what I'm going to do with him is put him here, hitting this gatehouse. And this is another option then for Thorek's army when it comes in. I don't think he'll have too many forces over here just for this one catapult, but he's just completely useless over here. So we'll find out. It's going to be a little bit of a learning experience for me to find out how the AI is going to deploy its forces in a setup like this. Some of you probably already know the answer to that, but I do not. So I'm going to be curious to find out. Now, my dwarf warriors here are going to get their butts kicked against the wall here if he's got really strong forces on the wall. So if it looks really, really bad, I don't know what I'm going to do, but there's a possibility this may end up being a feint. I may end up using all of these guys right here as a feint, depending on how strong his army is. But we'll find out. Let's go ahead and start this. Let's go ahead and get you four up against the wall. Let's go ahead and get you attacking the gate. Let's go ahead and get you guys out of the way of, and you as well, out of the way of where he is going to be shooting us from the tower. Does this do us any good at all? Boy, oh boy, that's going to take a while to break that down. No reason not to try it, I guess. Okay, how are we looking over here? So his defending forces are almost all over here. This is good. This is what we want. His grave guard are gonna... That's gonna be tough on our dwarves. That is gonna be tough on our dwarves. How long do we have for Thorek's army over here? Take a look from this side.
It is a reckoning.
Okay, this is gonna be a feint. This, what looks like a main attack, is actually gonna be a feint.
It is a reckoning.
And the vampire counts here are going to fall for the oldest trick in the book. You guys can all stop right there. You guys, just like this. Oh, we're taking a lot of damage over here. Where are we? No, I guess we were already at that. At that point. Oh, that's a concern. Actually, no, that's great. I thought maybe his Vargeist were going to come out here and attack our catapults, and it looks like they are. But by the time they get here... Oh yeah, we got 9 seconds left. We will absolutely massacre these Vargeists. This is exactly what we wanted. Are they gonna... Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's get all of our... Sure, he's still firing at the gatehouse. Let's get all of our quarrelers shooting at them. All of you guys, take down those Vargeists. You guys, go ahead and back up. Let's get you guys. I want to take you off of fire at will. Yeah, okay, boom, he's in bad shape. One unit of Argeists cleared out as easy as day. Okay. Alright, now let's go ahead and...
Move off!
Do we want to finish off that gate right there? No, we want to...
Get moving!
I should have had him firing at that one all along. And you as well. Let's get you firing there. So you, let's move you to here. Let's get our Quarrelers.
Strike out!
No reason to have him pull everybody over to here just yet. Let's go ahead and get... What's he hitting us with? Towers over here, I guess? How are we looking from... Yeah, they're fine. We can stand it for another minute. Okay, so let's go ahead and get Thorek.
Ironbrow!
Let's get you guys all over here. Let's go ahead and get...
Longbeards! Ironbreakers!
Let's get you up on the walls.
Aye, as ye command!
Now I'm going to put you back on the fire at will.
Breakers!
You guys go ahead and get...
Strike! Understood, Lord!
One of you can get up there.
Axes out! Kadu!
One of you can get up there. One of you can get up there.
Quarrelers!
Alright. How are we looking here? Go ahead and hit there, and you're already firing at it. Okay, that's good. Okay, we're going to get inside the gates, I believe, before they're going to be able to respond to it. So I'm going to go ahead and speed this up a little bit. Now, what do we have over here? You, how much damage have you taken? You're at 60%. We're holding them over here as long as we can. How are we looking here on this gate? We actually almost have this gate down. Let's go ahead and have you three pull back. And you four, I'm going to slow it down for a minute. You four can all drop your siege equipment. And I want you guys backing up as well. Tecton, you go ahead and get that gate almost broken down, but not quite. Speed that up. Oops. Okay, go ahead and have him pull back as well. Now, we'll bring these guys back into it once they've abandoned this area, and this gate will be ready to knock down faster than our units would be able to use the siege towers again anyway. Oh, why are we inside?
What? Runriki! The room's closed!
Why are these gates open? Did we bust them open? I guess we did. We do have several catapults firing, so... Okay, let's go ahead and get our Quarrelers up here. Boy, you guys, you three dwarf warriors here, don't need you to climb the walls anymore. Okay, so let's go ahead and get out. Let's get this group right here. We're going to make you our 3 group. You go ahead and get in here. Led by you guys, you're our 1 group.
Get it done!
And then all of our Quarrelers. Let's get the healthiest ones in front. It's going to take them a minute, which means it's going to be up to Thorek here to hold off. Cairn Wraiths, and... oh, we got a Mortis engine. Okay. This is what Thorek should be able to do some good work on. Let's go ahead and
Oath and steel.
raise his melee attack.
The anvil's might.
I like having this Mortis engine on one of our heroes instead of on...
It is an order. Come together, lads.
our soldiers. Let's go ahead and
Kazoo.
give him some help.
Mistletoe.
And boom. Okay. Get in there. How are our Quarrelers doing? Slowly but surely. Okay. Iron Breakers. Let's go ahead and get you
Strike out.
firing on those Cairn Wraiths.
Go through.
As long as we can pick them off separately, this is really advantageous to us. Let's go ahead and see if we can get an explosion in on them.
Obey me.
This would be really nice. Oh, they got out of the way for... Nah, not entirely. Okay, that's good. They realize their predicament, it looks like. Okay, how are we doing here? We got that Mortis engine almost destroyed. It's crumbling. That's nice. That's nice. We're going to wait for these guys to get in there, and then we're going to drop a explosion.
Wrath and ruin.
Okay. How are we doing here? How's our Iron Breakers ended up getting
Pick your targets well.
into a fight there? Let's go ahead and get them some help.
Kill them.
How are Quarrelers doing?
Hit them.
Let's go ahead and get you guys up here.
Get them.
I'm afraid you're doing friendly fire right now. How are we looking up here?
Strike the runes.
We're looking fine. Our Runesmith is taking a little bit of damage, but those guys are going to be going down. Our Thane doing some work up here. Let's go ahead and get... I'm taking these guys off of fire at will again. They're crumbling. Let's go ahead and get them up here helping out.
Attack. Attack.
And we... okay, this is good. Now we got our Quarrelers where we want them.
Grudge thrower.
Are we... am I losing... I did. I lost a Grudge Thrower unit because I wasn't paying attention to some bats. Boy, that's embarrassing. I should have kept a unit back there to... let's go ahead and get him off the battlefield. I should have left a unit back there to help defend the Iron Breakers. That's on me.
Will of iron.
Definitely my fault. This is why I say I'm not great at micro, because I make mistakes like that. But that's okay.
Anvil's might.
I'm not going to worry about that too much. Won't be too much longer before we have better
Hearth and home. For the ancestors.
better grudge throwers rolling off the assembly line. Let's go ahead and hit all of them with an explosion. I think we're doing just fine here. We pretty much have this, if not for the mistake with the grudge throwers there, we pretty much have this battle going exactly the way that we wanted it to. We can now go ahead and start moving these guys up. Let's go ahead and get teched in on them. How are we doing up here?
Quarrelers.
Yeah, we're able to fight them now piecemeal as they come rolling in, which is really good for us. That's pretty much couldn't ask for a better situation than that. Let's go ahead and have our our Iron Breakers throw their ammo at those Cairn Wraiths. That's a good target for them. Let's go ahead and get you guys pulled back a little bit because I don't want you to get caught in the explosion. Whereas Thorek and company, they can handle it.
Wrath and ruin. Strike the runes.
Okay, how we doing here?
This is an order.
Yeah,
Walls
we are destroying them now pretty effectively. Our Iron Breakers are out of ammo, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and get
them down.
our Quarrelers moving forward. Now, he does have, at this point, decent amounts of towers up, I'm sure. So that's a bit of a concern. But you just got to have patience in a siege battle. This will be good. We're about to get his Lord. How are we looking over here? Yeah, his tower right there is going to be doing some damage to us. That's fine. I think we'll be okay with that. All right. Let's get... I wish we had a few more Quarrelers in there, but it is what it is. Okay, we got them all wiped out there. Let's get the Thane up here as well. Let's get the Runesmith moving forward behind them. Let's go ahead and give our units some speed up here.
Alea's blessing on us. They have wronged us. Done wrong. Go!
Okay, all of you guys might as well. I want you guys over there. Thorek, I want you
Attack the orcs.
taking him down.
By Grumney, oath and steel, the anvil's might.
How is Tecton looking down here?
Victory will be ours.
Okay, that's good. All of you guys get in there on those zombies. Thorek, you just wait right there. No, we want, actually, we want some of you on those Cryptors. How we looking here? Okay, we killed his lord. That's good.
Aye! Down! Stop! Obey me! See it done! Kazok! Dead! For Cazador! Grumney's hammer!
Okay. Let's go ahead and get you going. This right here is going to wipe out that barricade, so that's good. And that tower, that's good.
Ironbreakers!
So the next thing for you guys to do is going to be to head... Actually, maybe not. He's got more units coming. I don't want to get too far ahead of my Quarrelers right now.
Kazuk!
Okay, that's excellent. Let's get half of our Quarrelers
The vengeance begins!
heading in this direction. I'll reassess when they actually... Rest of you up that way. Reassess when they actually get there. Oh, what are we fighting here? No, okay, let's get our Quarrelers
Thorek Ironbrow!
to take them down.
Hearth and home! Wall of vengeance!
Let's go ahead and... Yeah. Let's go ahead and hit these guys.
Will do!
Zombies at this point, we're down to the chaff of their army. That's good. Now you guys, I want you to get on the grave guard. Okay, half of you get up here.
Put those dwarven legs!
The other half of you firing on them. Have I left anybody behind? Not really. Some of you are deciding to take the really, really slow approach for some reason. I'm not sure why they would be climbing the walls when the gates are down, but how are we looking here? Let's go ahead and mostly ignore the zombies that we're fighting in order to get up there. I will leave one of you here to fight these zombies. And one of these, some more zombies. Let's go ahead and get you guys on them. Tecton, I want you up there. Thorek, how you doing? Alright, we got
Wrath and ruin.
really not anything to worry about going on up here. Other than the towers shooting as the towers are definitely the biggest part of the damage that we're taking up there. Weak binding, critical binding. Go ahead and hit him with another explosion, I guess. Yeah, they're falling apart. Okay, let's go ahead and get group number 1.
On our way.
Oh, they've got barricades across both. Well,
Take them down.
it is what it is. How are we doing over here?
Dwarf warriors.
Go ahead and
Cover them. Kill them all. Vengeance. Scoop.
take care of
Kaduk.
those guys over there. Okay, everybody's doing all right. We are taking a little bit of damage over here, but why are you guys not? Tecton, where are you at? Here you are. Come on, man. Letting some crumbling cryptors stop you. Shame. For shame. Okay, and then you guys go ahead. I'll hit them. Again, you there. You there. Alright. Looking pretty good over here. How are we doing with our... Look at this. This is okay. This is embarrassing, guys. Not super thrilled with the AI's decision on how to move here. This is not smart AI at all. Having to individually now move these units because they decided to climb the wall even though there's an open gate. Alright, meanwhile we got this barricade not quite halfway down. Let's go ahead and speed things up a little bit here. You guys go ahead and hit those skeletons. They've really got nothing but chaff left at this point, so it's not going to take us too long, I don't think. How are we doing here? We're down to almost nothing. Let's slow it back down again. You guys...
Fire on the foe.
Destroyed. There we go, destroyed. Go ahead and get in there. You guys who are still back here, please go ahead and attack them. I guess there's no reason why I couldn't also go ahead and explode them a little bit. And a little bit more. Okay. Ooh. Should have paid. These are Graveguard. Well, this is the little bit more of a of a fight than I was expecting, but it's not anything that I'm really going to worry about, except I want to get my runesmith back a little bit. Let's get everybody here. Did you already wipe out these guys? No, you didn't. Now you have. Okay, let's get the Graveguard up here. I'm sorry, not the Graveguard. Let's get my units up here. They look to me like they're collapsing pretty much everywhere, but yet the fight's not over. So somebody, somewhere, they still have some units. And I'm not sure where. Let's go ahead and get some of you over here. Let's get... There we go. Okay. Wow. Not bad. Look at that. I mean, it took a while. It requires a little bit of patience to do a big siege battle like that. But if not for the loss of my grudge throwers, which is really just a bonehead mistake on my part, that was a pretty successful battle. Fewer casualties than I expected. And at this point, I'm actually kind of tempted to keep Lahmia. Let me just make sure they didn't run off the field. They did. They were able to flee. That's good. We didn't lose them after all. Okay, I feel a lot better about that. All right. So we're going to occupy. We could sack it for 9,000, which would be good, but let's... If I'm not mistaken, we should have this at tier 3 now, right? And if it is at tier 3, we'll take a student. Definitely got a hero's pendant. Oh, that reminds me, I need to check to see if we can actually reforge one of our artifacts. Okay, got some ranks. That's good. Okay. I think I already looked. Yeah. Sometimes I go through those too quickly and don't actually pay attention to them. Alright, so Lahmia is tier 3. That's excellent. We don't want this mustering hall there, obviously, but instead, we might keep this. For one thing, we'll get this. So even though it's unpleasant climate, it's still going to be good for us economically because of that. But then additionally, this will be a good place for us. You know, you hate to give up capitals where you can get up to tier 5 buildings because it's just nice to have as many of these things built as you can. So now that we have a second province where we can get a tier 5 build, or I should say a third province where we can get a tier 5 building up, maybe it's time to start expanding the different types of military units that we can do. So we'll go ahead and do that here, and we'll hang on to it. And what that means is Thorek, it's time for you, my friend, to go ahead and make a move down here on his remaining settlements.
Will soon be returned to us.
Let's go ahead and apply our skill levels here. So I'm done with the red line for now and maybe forever. I'm not sure. I think I had looked at maybe doing runic talismans next with him. Just want to see really quickly here. Do we have... where it'd be under ancillaries. We got a student. Do we have anybody who can take a new student? It looks like we already had plenty of students. So that's a bummer. We need more lords.
Rune Lord of Garakazol.
We need more lords. One more reason to keep Lahmia, I suppose. Okay, so let me see here. Do we want hardened armor as an option? Let's go ahead and start getting some of these
I'm
other
listening.
slightly lower priority skills taken. Let's take Woundmaker.
We honor the ancestors.
You've got Axe Lord. You've got Room of Grimnir. Let's go ahead and
One
keep
more
improving you
grudge
like that.
avenged.
Okay. Alright. Okay.
Victory for the old ways.
And we still have 8,000 gold here with which to spend a little bit more. I got to decide when to demolish this and replace it with something else, and off the top of my head I don't remember actually what I was going to replace it with. Here we have the public order issue obviously, but that's temporary. So there's nothing really to do here but wait. We've already got growth. I do want to empower the guilds from a technology standpoint. Let's take a look at this. We've got the heavy cairnstones. I thought one of these improves empower the guilds right there. So in order to get that, we need scrutinized guild leaders. So we'll take that. Okay, that's fine. And
I suppose so.
let's go ahead and start. If we do a march stance, we can get up to here. If we do a use underway, he can't get as far. Let's go ahead and get him marching
Setting
up
off.
here. Thorek not getting any healing once
Lost
more,
glories
which is
reclaimed.
a real concern for those grudge throwers. You are getting some healing, some much needed healing, so that's good.
Glory
And what
for
we'll do,
Karazul.
is maybe get a growth building here first, and then we will destroy that growth building and replace it with an artillery building or an engineer's workshop or something. We'll decide later. Outpost available. Let's go ahead and check our diplomacy.
Kakromator. Wisdom await.
Carrot, you dare.
Okay. Let's go ahead and I'm going to leave, I think I'm going to go ahead and take the rest of Silver Dawn's settlements with just Thorek's army, and I'm going to leave Tecton up there to defend the settlement that we just took in case Queek decides to make a surprise attack on us. And while he's up there, he'll get some much needed replenishment while he's in the city, inside the city walls. Okay, so he is making a move. This would be ideal. This would almost be perfect if he takes Resetra. Okay, Clan Wars, the Scheme of Doom. Let's hope that's not targeting us. We're not actually an enemy of his yet, so I don't think it would be. We want to gain an income of 6,000 per turn. That's going to take a while. So we have Imric now at war with Queek. That's good. That helps us. And, oh, Karak-Kadren at war with Clan Wars. I wonder if that means that Queek has been pushing back Thorgrim and is already up there where he's meeting the other dwarves. Okay. And we destroyed the mustering hall. That's fine. Let's go ahead and get growth for the moment. But like I said, we're going to end up only having this temporarily, and then we will we'll build probably the engineering line. but I have not yet decided for sure.
Summon me if you dare.
Okay, and Thorek. Obviously, you can't attack from March Stance. Let's go ahead and see how far can you move and stay in this stance. Looks to me like you should be able to move in encampment stance. Get a little bit of replenishment. And then still be close enough to attack Labaris. Next turn, Labaris is not in great shape, so that really should not take too much trouble. Not cause us too much trouble. Meanwhile, we have him, not really anything for him to do right now except recover. And you guys,
This is impudence.
I'm actually going to leave you hiding for now
On my way.
and see. I don't want to move him all the way up there because I want him to be in a position to shield these two. I'm pretty sure the combination of these garrisons can hold off even a reasonably strong army of theirs, because I don't think they could have really great units. Because we've been sieging them up there, so they couldn't have been recruiting Graveguard, I don't think. But we don't know. We don't have any more heroes. Let me just see. Are we at our maximum for heroes? We are, obviously. So we're going to definitely need to start improving our buildings situation to be able to recruit more heroes. Now, nothing to do. Already doing everything we can there. Nothing. Actually, yeah, there are things that we can do here. Let's go ahead and we can afford this now. It's not a great use for our money. But let's go ahead and do this. Might as well get everything in a defensible position just in case something happens, like, you know, beastmen pop up, or you never know. Skaven army decides to jump past the borderlands and head into the interior. We just want to have defenses built up just about everywhere. So there is that, and I think we can go ahead. We're starting to run low on time here, but we certainly can do another turn, I believe. Check diplomacy. Where's Queek now? Queek is at 20, still 11 settlements. Scarbrand, still 6 settlements.
Yes?
What?
It is probably about time where we have to start worrying about our western front. Because Scarbrand, yeah, we absolutely need... Boy, this is actually kind of a priority now that I think about it. We need some defenses here. However, I don't really want to give up any of these units right now, so we'll run Thorgard here over westward. I think he can even probably reach from there in one turn, if need be. So one more reason to have him where he is. Let's go ahead and do this end turn. See if we can take Labaris before the end of this episode.
Those who respect the old ways are welcome.
Oh, and I was going to check. Join a war against... No, I'm not doing that. I was going to check to see if I could reforge the artifact. Okay, well, Krokkar at least has finally decided to do something. Still not really doing anything against the guy who's taking all of his northern settlements, however. It's a bold strategy, Krokgar. Let's see if it works out for you. Alright. That's pretty much what we wanted. This gives us a chance to just reconquer this entire province. Okay, Tecton gets a trait. Population surplus, a couple buildings built. Okay, he should be replenishing a little bit faster now, that's good. And Thorek, let's go ahead and real quick do this, and then we are going to have to end the episode. But I don't see any reason to not go ahead and knock this out. Again, we could auto-resolve this. It is a field battle, pretty sure. Not going to, it should only take a couple minutes. Sometimes there's just a little bit of satisfaction in fighting an easy battle that's not stressful for once. Okay, let's go ahead and get our front line. Let's go ahead and get all of our quarrelers except for you up there. I obviously could do a checkerboard or something. I'm not even going to bother to worry about that right now. Let's just go ahead and get this started. Are they coming towards us? They are. Let's go ahead and...
Quick about it! To the forge! Vengeance!
If we can get a nice explosion in on somebody, that would be good. The Quarrelers are going to absolutely decimate these Fellbats. Technically, they're going to do way more than decimating, because decimating means 1 out of every 10 men. Yep. Okay. It was a good effort there by their dire wolves. They actually made it to our front line. Kudos to them.
Strike the rooms!
We just want to make sure that we're within range of our Quarrelers, offer ourselves up as bait, where our Quarrelers can pick them apart. And let's go ahead and speed things up a bit. Just completely... Yeah, this is it can be fun to watch, just a nice easy victory every once in a while. Guess there's no reason to not be using our abilities here. Okay, you guys... Okay. Alright. 0 losses, that's what we like. Okay. And we'll go ahead and occupy. Probably only tier 1. I'm guessing. Indeed, although we have enough growth to be able to go ahead and level it up, which I believe we probably will, because at this point we're going to keep these. And I do want to just look and see here. I can't do it because I don't have enough time left in this episode to run through another in turn, but in the artifact vault, okay. So, first order of business for the beginning of the next episode is to do the Collar of the Bestial control here, which will give us a yoked Carnosaur unit should we want it. And we probably will. I think we can afford its upkeep. So, okay. Something to look forward to for the next episode. The next episode is probably going to be not just finishing off the Silver Dawn, but taking on our next big opponent. And that's going to be a pretty important choice for us. So, at this point, I'm kind of leaning Scarbrand. but I have not decided for sure. Haven't decided for sure. Let's just really quickly look and see who he's at war with. He is still expanding. He's up to 7. This doesn't matter, but okay, these guys here. Yeah, those guys are not going to hold him back for long. Now, Clan Moors is a more traditional enemy for us, and they are at war with our fellow dwarves. So I don't think we can go wrong either way, but we'll make that decision then in the beginning or middle of the next episode. And until then, thank you all for watching. I appreciate your comments as always, and I will see you in the next one.